Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Tonight. It's so exciting.
It's so nice to all three be together.
The three J's,
We're
Triple
back.
J. We're
Good to be
here.
here.
If you are tuning into AfterBuzzTV.com, you have come to the right place. This is the after show for season 25 of The Amazing Race, episode 9. And I'm your host, James Wallington, back after missing last week. I apologize for leaving you guys hanging.
We missed you.
But you guys did a great job pulling on the fort.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's a Leo.
Oh, yeah, Leo.
He
I'm so
took your
sorry I missed him. All right,
did a
guys,
good
take it
job.
away.
Hey guys, I'm Jessica Carroll.
And I'm Justin Nichols.
And we have two special guests in our studio tonight.
Huge.
Yeah,
Huge
huge.
guests.
It's about time we finally get them in.
About time.
Because we've been talking about them all season long. But we have Tim and TJ, the college sweethearts.
Team Purple in the house.
You have made it.
Thanks for joining
big
us.
for us.
Of
This is
course.
huge.
Yeah, huge. Because we've only had Dennis and Isabel in so far, so
Yeah.
it's such an honor to have you guys here.
Oh,
And we were all, the three of us, we're all fans of you guys.
and we are fans of the 3J. 3J.
Oh, show's complete. We found out we
We're
have
like
fans
a big
and
love
by the erasers, we're
circle.
good. That was our recap. Thanks, everybody. I'm good to go. That's all I needed.
Well, let's dive into our overall thoughts of tonight's episode, or
Okay.
Friday night's episode, because
Yeah.
before the show even started, we kind of discussed already. There's a little bit of mixed emotions on things that may have happened, little misunderstandings.
Yeah.
How we felt.
What did you guys think?
Go for it.
I loved this episode. I thought it was entertaining. I loved the fast forward. You could tell there's tension and then victory, and I just loved it all. I'm guessing you didn't. What?
Here's the thing,
Are you
Jess. No,
kidding me?
Here's the thing. If you would have taken out the fast forward and asked you, was this a good episode? I would have been like, absolutely not, because I felt like the only exciting thing about this episode was the fast forward.
I disagree
That was
with you.
it.
I completely
the
disagree
cups
with you.
were hilarious. I was like peeing my pants. That was so funny.
Okay, why I disagree with you with the fast forward is it should have been completely taken out, because for me, I felt like it was completely handed on a silver platter to Adam and Bethany.
Yeah.
And to me,
Yeah.
that's a huge disadvantage.
Yeah.
So
A surfing challenge
It was just
where the final
predictable.
five people
But
are
that's
surfers.
why.
Yeah.
That's why I want to I wish I could have shaken the cyclists
And said,
been
"Don't go."
Don't go. It's a surfing thing, and there's professional surfers in the race.
Yeah.
Hello.
Tim and
But-
TJ. Sorry to cut you off, Jess. What did you say?
No, I was just saying, but
Tim and TJ are race experts. What did you guys think of this episode now that you guys are watching it and not having raced it?
It's the first episode we're not a part of, so it was a little hard at first.
And that's why I
Sure.
didn't like it. I forgot to say that. Of course, I don't
mean,
like it.
yeah.
They're
Whatever.
gone.
Don't cover it
That's
up.
the reason why.
We're like, actually, we're going to be in the first 3 minutes because they always showed the recap.
Right,
yeah,
so
right.
let's just watch that
Cameo.
part. And then we got kind of hooked around. Oh, we got to watch our girls. And support
I was
them.
hooked. I enjoyed I don't know, I thought the challenges were pretty exciting, and from what we've done before on the season, like Singapore is more like exotic and different than like all the American speaking, English speaking
Yeah.
countries. So it was something fun to look forward to. And they made all the previews really exciting looking.
Yeah.
So you had to see whoa, why
Yeah.
did Jim fall and why did these people do that?
And did you think overall it was an exciting episode, or were you like, meh?
I did because but watching from a
Add to the
racer's
list.
perspective, it's exciting because I don't know, we want to do those kind of challenges.
Right.
Yeah.
We want to
That's the
scale a
Amazing Race.
building.
You want to get that horrible massage? What is wrong with you?
No, but that was funny to watch.
It was hilarious.
That was a good one to watch.
They either have really good acting skills,
Mm-hmm.
and they were just playing it up for the camera, or it really did hurt. But by the looks of their skin, it looked like it
It
killed.
looked so
Painful.
painful. But before we jump ahead of ourselves,
Yeah.
let's get to the start of the race.
Well, I want to know more about their journey. 'Cause now that we have you here, we didn't have you after your elimination episode. Talk to us about what compelled you guys to even audition for The Amazing Race to begin
Yeah.
with. Why did you apply? Everything.
Well, I have been watching The Amazing Race since I was younger with my dad, and we always joked around saying we would be the perfect team. But then my dad ended up getting a work injury, and I went to college, and then I met this kid. And
It all went wrong.
I know, right?
I'm kidding.
I didn't even take it like that.
Oh, okay.
He chased after me, so
So then he was turning 21. I was like, we have to try out for this show called The Amazing Race. And then we did 2 or 3 seasons ago, and we didn't get it. And then
they kept us in file, I
Yeah, they
guess, and
kept us.
called us.
Did you hear from them at all the first time you guys auditioned? Like, did you know you were going to be kept in file? Or
No.
was no?
We made it to pretty
We made-
far through the process.
On the first time you auditioned?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So what
you'd
is the
heard from them.
process?
You have to send in an audition tape,
Yeah.
and then follow all the rules, and then somebody will contact you, I guess, if they're
much
interested,
paperwork, a lot
and
of
maybe
paperwork.
ask you
Yeah.
for more videos or more questions, and then they usually invite you, I think, to like a
city.
further interview where they see you in person, and then we didn't get invited.
But you kept at it.
Yeah, I kept at it, and I
Wow.
guess they changed their mind.
Third time's a charm.
Whoa, and then they
you
just
go.
reached out to you guys and said, hey, you're on this.
they said, "Are you still together?" And we were like, "Yeah."
And a year later, we both had different jobs, and we were still together. So they were like,
They
"You guys are
said-
even more interesting now."
They said when we first applied, we're too young and a little like
Sure.
inexperienced.
They thought we would just give up right away.
Yeah. And you obviously did not.
No.
Well, they
So-
still thought that actually.
Wait a
Prove
minute.
them wrong.
You guys
You
hanged
held
in-
your own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Okay, so when you guys were doing that challenge where you gotta like run and do the flags, tell us about that because when we were like, it looked impossible.
Yeah, I let Tim talk about this part. Because
Still have some rough feelings about it, Jessica.
it's-
Maybe not bring that one up.
I know.
No,
No, I mean, I'm sorry if it's still.
no, not at all.
Okay.
It's been so long now, so
Yeah.
reliving it was pretty hilarious to watch.
Yeah.
We screwed up by not going to like the detour decision point first, and then going straight to that challenge.
And I loved
So
how
we-
you guys ran barefoot.
Yeah, so we
That-
ran barefoot and finished our speed bump. So we were like, we already know where the pole challenge is. We might as well just do that one.
Right.
And he got the yellow flag on his first try. So the rule stated that whoever got like one flag, that's your color. And the other
Yeah.
person had
I was
to get
going
the
for
red
the
one.
red because I knew I'm
Taller.
taller.
Yeah.
And a longer reach, but I ended up grabbing the yellow one. It was my first run too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I had to get the red one. And for us, we thought by that point we didn't see anybody else, so we were last. So it was all or nothing. So we
Yeah.
just needed to get one flag and we would be off on our way. So we just tried a million times. I think it ended up being like over 30 times.
Could you guys have like crawled or like pulled yourself up the pole?
told
You
you
had
to
to run.
And, but
Oh
what's
my
weird
gosh.
is they didn't really show that on the episode because I've talked to a lot of my friends since that episode and they were all saying, why did they just army crawl up the pole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish they would have explained you had to run. But also Leo, last week, who brought a lot of expertise in as well, was saying that he think they actually would continually grease it up in between tries,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
That's
would grease it
crazy.
between every try, make sure there's a lot of grease. Like I even thought trying like, like a little monkey going up.
Yeah.
No, you had to run full speed to even get up the pole.
Oh my gosh.
And when
I've
you
been-
got there, you see an ambulance in the water and an ambulance on land. So you already know, like,
This is
shoot,
scary.
this is going to be, like, the real deal.
Did you actually ever see someone get both flags, the red and the yellow?
Never
No,
attempted.
not
So
even to this day we knew
It,
if anyone
it
did
honestly
it.
could be impossible.
Possibly. They said, like, only drunk boys in Malta ever do that for fun.
God.
So where
That's
they found
so-
that challenge, I don't know.
Yeah, that's such a random challenge. Now, another question I have is have your parents watched the show?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
mom has
And-
binge watched it.
What
and-
what does she think?
Yeah, I think it's just more now. Like she sees who we really are as a couple of 5 years.
She's cool with that.
Yeah.
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 We're gonna go see her for Christmas in Hawaii, and
So she likes you two together?
She knew me always as a roommate or friend, but now that she knows, like, we're together, at least it's me, and not
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
random person.
Yeah.
Because I'm polite. I take my shoes off before I come to the house.
But I mean,
You know?
are they really excited that you guys are on the show? Are they telling all their friends, like, oh my gosh,
my
we have
dad
to
is like-
watch?
Yeah. Your dad's probably our
biggest
biggest fan.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I'm happy that it all worked out because that was like the main reason is you really wanted your mom to accept, your boyfriend.
Yeah, they even gave him a little montage,
Yeah.
at the ending.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, that makes me happy.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you again for joining us. So let's talk about the flight situation before they even left. And they
Yeah.
were flying to Singapore. The two teams in the front clearly didn't pick the right flight.
No.
And what's really interesting about this one was, unlike a lot of the legs, they had a lot more flexibility on flights this time. And it was even said in the rules, like, pick any flight or whatever. Now, I don't know what really any flight means. So right away, the surfers get there first, and they choose the flight that gets in according to the travel agent. And then right behind them, of course, the dentists come in, and they're like, hey, is it the earliest flight? And the surfer said, yep. So the dentist just said, put us on that. Right after that, the cyclist came in, and for some reason, the same travel agent was like, oh, wait. There's a different flight that gets in 30 minutes earlier. Well, apparently it's in the Amazing Race rules. Once you're on one flight,
You can't change it.
you cannot change it. So even though the dentists are still in the travel agency, they now cannot change their flights.
But you know what, though? I feel like as a racer, I'm saying it like I'm one right now, but if I was in that situation, being on a plane with another team, to me, is better than nothing.
Feel a little bit better, correct.
Yeah.
It was just this was a really interesting start of the leg because your first 2 teams are now in last, and your last 3 teams are now in first because they're on a different flight than you. So it totally changed the course of the leg.
And it really shocked me because, you think the dentists, they're really smart. They're a smart team. And you think that they would have, before just jumping on, that same flight, they would have done their homework and
looked into it a little bit more.
Yeah.
They didn't. They trusted the surfer.
It looked like from the paper, like, we get like an extra detailed paper that they get a suggested flight. So I think they just took that one. And then Kim and Ali were like, oh, it says under that. And
Like
we
the
don't have
fine
to take
print,
that one.
yeah.
So they went a little further and been like, is there an earlier one? And there was, but I guess it was risky not to take the suggested flight.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Maybe like a
okay.
tight layover or something. But
Yeah. But they did it, and it should have worked out for them.
Yeah.
Well, once the teams arrived in Singapore, teams took a bumboat to the island of Pulau Ubin, and upon arrival had to find a coconut stand and drink together all the coconut's water before they were given their next clue. What do you guys think of Singapore and the setting of this country?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was gorgeous.
I thought it was really gorgeous. It was neat because you land in this like major metropolitan area. In this leg, you see a lot of the city, and all the buildings look amazing. But what was also cool was then right away they got in a boat to leave the major area, and it was so tropical and beautiful. So you got to see both parts of Singapore in 1 hour episode. It was great.
And it was cool how they got to like drink right out of a real coconut and they cut it open. I mean, I love coconut water or coconut milk. So
You're so LA. You are so LA.
excuse me. I talk about it on my blog, okay?
Well, in this next clue that they received, that is what contained the fast forward.
Yes.
Which you have a lot of opinions on, Justin. You think it was that great, huh?
Well, I mean, Whoa, James. Well, I'm just saying, I found the fast forward really, really interesting. I was just saying, without the fast forward, I did not think this episode was that great.
Sure.
So here was my thought about the fast forward.
Okay.
If you are in one of the 1, 2, or 3 positions, why risk it? You
Yeah.
already know that you're gonna you're doing okay so far. I would just stay with the pack. I
Yeah.
feel like once you make it this close to the end, as long as you're with someone else, you can duke it on foot. So if I was the cyclist, especially when it was called, I feel like there was a hint that it was gonna be surfing. They're like, just don't do it, because every other team was like, hell no. But I mean, they went for it, and ultimately, they paid the price. What do you think?
I was surprised that they did it. I mean, even after reading the clue and I saw it was like Wave House, I was like, oh gosh, this is just screams the surfers. They're going to get it. The professional surfers, obviously, they're going to do it.
Right.
So when the cyclists decided to do it, I was really surprised. And then you kind of saw them struggle a little bit, and then they kind of started bickering, and it just, even when they saw the surfers show up, they should have left right away.
Yep.
Maybe there was a sense of like strategic underlying for them in that decision, because it's like, well, we know if it's surfing that Adam and Bethany are right behind us, so why don't we just knock them out? Because they're probably going to go for this knowing that they're in the back of the pack, and if it's not available, then that puts them a few steps behind again.
That's a good point too.
And I think what they were also thinking was, we're going to do it. And they knew that they were at least 30 to 45 minutes ahead of the surfers. So I think they were thinking, we have that much of a window. But they also said, they think the other teams will know they're going to do this, and so certainly there's no way a team would risk it and try to go to the fast forward knowing the cyclists are doing it. And then sure enough, the surfers were so far behind, they were like, screw it, we have to lose, let's try it.
Yeah.
So what would you guys have done? Have you been this episode
know.
still? Would you have done the fast forward if you were in the cyclist position, meaning the first, second, or third place?
Well, it would have just been nice to feel what first place tasted like, or felt like. But I'm pretty sure we would have not done that.
No, see, we go over this, because we would have been one of the last people to book the flight, so we would have been on the earlier flight.
Exactly.
And Kim and Ali would have totally been like, come with us. I always think I would have went to the fast forward.
Yeah, you
It's a
think
chance
so?
to win first place, and whatever the prize is, it's worth it. And you're so far ahead, why not just try it? And through the history of Amazing Race, there's never been a fast forward that's like impossible.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you could do it.
See, and I think that's probably the mentality that the cyclists had. It's like, you know
Yeah.
what, why not? If we're in first place
And
already.
it said nothing to do with surfing on the clue.
It just said Wave
It just
House,
said
and they
Wave-
had to
yeah.
like Google it later.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder, like, I don't know.
Well, when the teams got there, they had to surf and keep their balance on an artificial wave, and they both had to stay on their surfboards for
Have any of you guys done that
minutes.
before?
I've surfed before, yeah.
On the
real
on,
surf-
No, on the real waves.
That's so LA. That's so LA.
So I've surfed behind boats and the real waves, and I've done.
Whoa.
I know, and I've done the wave house before. First of all, it is very different than surfing real waves because the wave is like pressure, and you're right there, and the board is so small. So it's very different. It's really hard to lose your balance, or it's really easy to lose your balance. And so I just thought it was interesting to see like how even the surfers struggled a little bit.
Yeah.
But did they really, or do you think that might have been a little bit of an edit? Because for me, it was a no-brainer that this fast forward was meant for Adam and
Yeah.
Bethany, and that's what's frustrating as a viewer and a fan. And if I was racing, I'd be so pissed.
But here's what's really interesting, what I found out, and I think the editing goes to make them seem like surfers. Bethany obviously is a pro.
Yeah.
We found out here that Adam, the team should be called Surfer plus Adam. He admitted on this episode he's only surfed a couple times in his life. What? So when he gets there,
I think-
both teams. First of all, both teams have to get it right. Not just
Yeah.
one person.
Right.
It's
They
like,
both
you both
have
just
to
surf
be
for
on.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
And Adam just was face planting. He would hit the water. Like I said, it's different than real surfing, but he kept wiping out as Bethany was totally cool.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know, but it was heartbreaking.
And I think he's more of a surfer than he let on.
I agree.
Yes. By the way, speaking of, I'll get to it later. Go ahead. Keep going.
Well,
So-
just for all our viewers at home, make sure you comment below and let us know what you would have done in the situation with the
Yes.
fast forward, and if it was worth going after.
Yeah.
And Kim and Allie's choice.
Yeah, but let me say this, James, real fast. I was heartbroken this week.
I'm
so
sure.
I love all of our viewers. I love all of our listeners of the AfterBuzz show and everyone's tweets and comments. However, keep in mind, our East Coast fans, that we get the show 3 hours later than you. James, my phone was blowing up Friday before
Oh,
I could
I
even see
know.
the episode.
I had the same problem.
People asking about what I thought about my girls. And I was like, what are you talking about? What's going on? And I sat until the episode could air on Friday, just waiting to see what they were talking about. It was horrifying. So I'm talking to you, Jordan, Team Kim and Allie, who tweeted me and said, did I just spoil that for you? Yes, you did.
I just found out that Kim and Allie,
Called out.
Kim and Allie actually teach at SoulCycle.
What?
Have you ever been to SoulCycle?
I'm gonna
need
go
to
now.
take
We-
a class.
We just took her class.
Really?
They will
Yeah.
kick your butt.
Which,
Both of them.
which one?
It's like a boutique.
Oh no, which one?
Oh,
Santa
Pasadena.
Monica and Pasadena.
Oh my gosh! First of all, I love SoulCycle, and I'm now gonna look up when she's teaching, and I'm dragging you.
I think
too.
we should do an AfterBuzz exclusive. I think it'd be hysterical.
We should.
We get our
That
butts
would be
whipped into
amazing.
shape.
Yes.
Let's do it.
And you guys can join us.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
I do it like once every 2 months. It's really intense.
Then I'll go like once every 6, so it's fine. And also Jordan from Twitter, I was just kidding. You guys can tweet all you want. I was just saying it was the most terrifying 3 hours of my life, trying to wait and to figure out what they were talking
I
about.
mean, yeah, you lost one of your teams from your fantasy team here, so I'm sure it stings a little bit.
There might
You
have
have-
been some.
you
There
have
might have been
one
some
team?
tears.
I have one team.
You have one team.
Jess has
I-
two,
And Jess
right?
now
I
has
have
two.
two. So am I winning now?
No,
I mean,
Yeah.
I need to
you
go
have
back.
not. You have not won
me.
all season.
Oh please! I have 2 teams left. So who's winning now? Me.
I will need to go back after tonight.
We'll get
and
into this.
Tally our
We'll
score
get
for
into
next
this.
week's episode.
So anyway, after the teams decided, just moving on on top of the cyclist right now, they had to decide. They had to go to the roadblock, and they had to tightrope walk 600 feet above the ground. And they had to walk-
57th floor. Ugh.
of this hotel. It was a pretty cool hotel,
it
right?
was.
I don't do heights.
Oh, I would have loved this. I love that stuff.
Yeah, James, this would have been the worst one for you ever, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, because you had said. And so anyway, the problem is though, here's my problems, James, with this whole episode. None of the challenges gave you the opportunity to really jump ahead, except for the fast forward.
Right.
So this type of walking
Yeah.
across, there wasn't more than one line.
So you had to wait.
You had to wait for the other team to go in front of you, and I was like, there should be 2 lines, because if someone's really scared of heights and it's taking forever, you should be able to be passed up. Like,
Right.
that really bothered me.
There should have been 2 wires.
Or if you really wanted to piss someone off, you could just go really slow.
But yeah,
have them wait.
right. And I feel like we'll get into it later, but when we get to the detour, they were also, there was no way to jump ahead.
Yeah.
You know, it was a certain set time. I'm like, this whole episode frustrated me. There was no chance for you to
You know
catch
what?
up.
That is true. Because even with the massage, it's like you couldn't tell with masseuse to go faster, you know?
Yeah, they were set on a certain way.
Right.
Do you guys know what a funambulist was?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, what?
What? The clue said, who wants to be a funambulist? And of course, me being the nerd that I am, I had to Google it.
Oh, gosh. What
And?
was
It's a
it?
tightrope walker or something special. I just thought we'd educate our viewers.
Well, now this is a fun fact of the day.
James?
Well, you think if you're up, 57 floors,
Yeah.
you're going to be doing something.
I mean, though, but what did you guys think? It was pretty scary, though, when you saw Jim, who never struggles at anything, completely fall
Oh
off.
my god,
I
I
about
felt
peed.
so bad.
I
was
would
so
have
nervous.
probably
I loved
pooped my
Missy's
pants.
reaction. It was so. She was like,
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, I
My
feel
husband's about to
like
fall off.
he was just upset, I feel like, but yeah, right. It was his wife, Mitzi. She was like a mess.
Yeah.
The idea of just dangling that high,
we heard
Oh.
from Jim that he didn't fall because like he just fell. It was the rope gave out.
Well, it's weird.
well, it does look like something snapped.
It
Yeah.
does, yeah.
So he was like kind of pissed that they made it look like he
Liability.
just fell.
Well, I saw that too, where you see a rope go flying
Yeah.
across
And it
the
sounds
screen
like a
really fast,
noise goes
and they
with
never
it.
brought it up. So I thought maybe he just fell.
I would've,
Liability.
like, literally. That would have been the scariest moment of my life.
Yeah.
Like, dangling and having a rope break above you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
it's funny that they didn't say that. Like, oh, the rope broke.
Yeah.
They wouldn't want to
His
show that it was their
fault.
fault.
Of course.
Yeah, right. Liability.
Yeah.
You two, out of you two, which one would you guys?
It would have been Tim
Yeah.
because I had already done 3.
No,
He
it
did
would have
3.
been me because it was height.
So wait, what can you clarify for us? How many can you do of a roadblock? Is it 7?
This season you had to each do 5 at the most. 5 and 5. There's gonna
Got it.
if there's 10 roadblocks, you have to do 5 and 5.
Got
and
it.
then we kept just alternating 3 and 3.
So it had to be
Got
even.
it.
However many roadblocks there were, it has to just be even, or that's what you have to try to do.
Yeah.
And for us, we just took turns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Because you really don't know from the description what you're gonna do, so we're just like, what the hell, just do
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Interesting.
I think it was it the X's too that they always switched off roadblocks, or one would do the other, and then they would just always alternate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then some teams, like the dentist, they try to fill it out. Like, I know
Yeah.
that, like, Misty's done a few in a row, and then Jim's done a few in a row. So.
Oh, you're talking about Tim and Murray.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, did I forget the team already?
Oh no, I'm talking about like.
yeah.
last
They did
seasons
do
ago,
that.
They
yeah,
always,
yeah.
and I think that's smart. A smart way to do it because it kind of keeps everyone excited and enthusiastic and into it. It's like, okay, well, I'm next. Like, you're next.
Because I remember at one point Murray being like, well, Tim really wanted to do this one, but I get to
Yeah,
do it.
it's
Yeah.
my turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after the teams would walk across this wire or fall off the wire, whichever one they did, they then have to make their way through Center Square Raffle, right? Busy,
Raffles Place.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was a busy, crazy place, and the guy that has the clue was actually just walking around
Okay,
the
but
square.
how did they know? I was like reading the little sign that he had behind his back. It didn't even say anything.
I think it
It's
just
just
said
the
like,
colors.
Yeah, it said look
It's
for
the
the red
race
and yellow
colors.
colors
Yeah.
or whatever, and this guy happened to be having a red and yellow flag on him, so or whatever you call that.
Was it
Oh.
in Chinese?
I don't know. I wasn't really.
I think one of it was in the whatever language it is there, and then one of them is Chinese.
It is Chinese.
Is it in Singapore? Huh.
We
English and
we
Chinese.
get eliminated right before the Chinese-speaking country.
It's alright.
It's all right.
And then one half of it was in English. But so they find the clue, and they have the two options for the detour: China cups or chili crabs. Ay, ay, ay. What do you think, James?
I move on to this double
Woo.
U-turn. Let's talk about the Allie questions on Twitter.
Yes, Allie.
So let's see here. Do you guys have your phones out too? I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Well, we already kind of touched on the fast forward because she asked us what we would have
Yeah,
done.
we touched on a few of them. I read them today.
Would you have wanted to do the roadblock? We touched on it. Allie, you were just so good at these questions.
I
You already
know.
like
She's
know
got
what we're
it.
going to talk about.
She's like my guide for what to talk about. Like I look at her questions, I make sure I address them, and then in the first 30 minutes.
She says she would have done chili crabs.
Smart girl. Now that we know, because like I said, Jim and Misty, they did it quickly. Besides that damn cymbal play in the background.
I loved how he pulled out his whistle though. That was pretty
just
funny.
throw it back in their face.
I'm just gonna whistle back at you.
Good choice, Allie.
She goes, would that music at the chili crab detour have annoyed you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
I would have
God.
thrown crab at the guy's
I would have
face.
put like little crab pieces probably in my ears. Like,
Yeah.
Very resourceful.
As always, though, Allie, you are on it, and thanks for all your tweets.
Yes, we have more questions, but we'll do that in the second half because they're about the U-turn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But if you're watching, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe because we have such a loyal following, and it's always
awesome.
been fun every season to hear what you guys have to say because you are so passionate about the show, just like we are, and we want to know more of what you're thinking since this show's almost wrapped. Like we're
I
almost done with
know.
season 25, which is crazy.
Yeah, but I'm nervous now to tell them to subscribe and share because I don't want to make sure
Subscribe and
I want
share
to get
and view.
9,999 views, but if you're that 10,000th, how do you say that? If you're the 10,000th person to view
viewer.
it, you're on
Everyone
my
just put it on
list.
replay. Just keep watching it over and over.
Is that a thing on YouTube?
No.
Better not be. It better not be. Anyway, moving
Like you just leave
on.
that going on all night.
YouTube.
Wait, do you have any other YouTube comments?
Yeah. We're gonna do it now.
Soul Brother Bull.
Are we doing this now?
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
so speaking of comments, and we talked about on iTunes, rate, comment, subscribe, but also YouTube. Our fans are always on it.
Yeah.
So here's some of my favorites from this past week. If I do not mention your comment, though, it does not mean we did not get it. We just don't have time. So really quickly, Soul Brother 69. I don't get it. I cannot get him back on Team Justin, and now he's jumped ship for Team James because you've missed now too. So he's now jumped ship on both of us, and he's now on Team Jess.
yeah.
Well, duh, you have two teams left.
He's just a fair weather fan. I'm just kidding, Soul Brother. I'm just kidding. So there you go. Let's see here. Jim, thanks for your comments. Let's see here. Joel.
Oh, I get this one.
Joel
Excuse me.
Aarons from Australia.
Oh, yeah.
Joel Aarons specifically said, "Oh, please have Jessica read my comment out loud because she's damn hot." Joel Aarons, I love you. You are the best ever, and thanks for your comment.
Hold
Look at
on,
you.
though. I could have sworn, though, there was one more. Someone said that I looked fly, too?
Yeah, that was Soul Brother.
Oh, so thanks, Soul Brother. All right, even though you're not on my team, thanks for liking the shirt. I'll
My
send you the
one
link
question
of
that
where
I
to
will
buy
ask
it.
Soul Brother is,
Okay.
what does your username mean? Soul
He's a
Brother
soul
69. Am I
He's
pronouncing it
from
right?
Hawaii.
If you can even put it,
Yeah.
if you can even answer that on YouTube, good luck. All right, let us know.
Perfect. Rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks, guys. Okay, so moving on to the W turn.
Hurry
Once
up,
the
go.
teams received, once they completed the detour, they were sent to Fort Canning Park where they found their double U-turn point. Not a smart decision on the scientist's part, if you ask me.
No, not at all. I mean,
No.
here's the thing. I guess I can see. No one really knew because the scientists didn't know if they did go to the fast forward. But
Why wouldn't they?
Why wouldn't they? So they by U-turning them, they'd already finished the leg.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
already done, and so you wasted your U-turn. But here's what I found really interesting, James. You all know, including our boys in the studio today, Tim and TJ, you guys all ganged up on my girls, the cyclists. And everyone agreed, including you two, that you guys were gonna U-turn them should you have the chance.
What happened?
What?
Tim's ready.
They did
You
Tim's
guys
ready.
are all
Tim is ready.
talk. You can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? The team
I
on
just
this
wanna
episode
say-
cannot.
When this whole plan came up on the ferry back from Malta or whatever, we walked into the conversation and the name was not our name, so we said we'll go along with whoever.
You know, for that, I don't blame you.
You know what I
As
mean?
long as
At
it's
least
not
just
you.
to show face, we'll go
Yeah.
along. We'll go along
Right.
with whoever, as long as it's not us.
Yeah.
That's smart.
And then, as far as every other team, like either not, doing the cyclist or not, when you know they're ahead on the fast forward, I thought it was smart for the scientists technically because they, you know what I mean? They're a strong team, so they knew they were already past them.
Yeah.
So the only other two teams left were the dentists and the surfers. Well, the dentists have to save, so why U-turn them? They'll be back.
Okay, so but what
But they
if
lost it. There's the end
so
of it, right?
This is what I was
Oh,
thinking.
that's a good question.
Is
Yeah, it's
the
done.
scientists
It's done.
and the wrestlers were in the massage thing together, and they were talking about who they were going to U-turn. What if the scientists just U-turned the wrestlers?
Yeah.
Because they're too nice. And they're good to their word.
And they thought they were working together. Yeah, the scientists would never go against their word.
They thought. Until
thought.
later on, we'll get to that.
But I mean, like, okay, you're in the game, you know, anyways, and we'll get to it later, but the wrestlers didn't really keep their word and were not working with the scientists.
But also, yeah, I was surprised, too, that no one went after the dentist. They are an incredibly strong team. They were not in the lead, and the other teams knew it. So I would have been like, you know what? I like them, but this is your chance to say, let's get one of the strongest teams out. Because this was a rare time in the race that the scientists were not at the head of the pack, and this was your chance to get them out. And they didn't do it.
It's easy to say that, but they would have had their save till leg 9, so they still could have used it on this leg.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
would have guaranteed them a spot in 10. So there's no point.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's...
Majority of, you know, the legs, they come in before all of us. So for us, it wasn't... It's like,
They
why
knew
make an
it made
enemy
sense.
out of
Yeah.
someone stronger?
This is why we gotta
That's-
stop bringing in experts.
Shut down.
Because we had the
Wrong.
opportunity in Morocco on the first U-turn to
We
U-turn
could have
them.
U-turned the
Yeah.
But then for us, it was like, nah, they're going to come back and
Come after
demolish
you.
us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, why
They're scary.
build an
I just
enemy?
didn't see the strategic point behind it either. Because
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
you know they're behind you, so why are you going to U-turn them when knowing there's a fast forward that none of the other teams around you have claimed?
I don't know. I guess I know that teams want to be nice, but it's getting too close to the end. It's time to start throwing some people under the bus. You
We
know,
played,
like
we
for
played
$1
too
million.
nice on this season. Everybody
Yeah.
played too nice.
Everyone.
If you could go back and do it again, or if you get the chance to do it again in the future, are you going to play a little more aggressively or a little more cutthroat?
What do you think?
I think we'll just play smart. I don't know.
Does that mean?
That's a good
Come on, I
answer.
want to know. Does that mean more aggressively?
Yeah.
I get if we are playing against more aggressive teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We feel like everyone is just.
Everyone
We had this camaraderie that we
Mojo.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of like, I want to throw you under the bus, I want to throw you under the
Yeah.
bus. It's starting to get that way
It's starting
as
now,
we know.
finally.
It's starting
Yeah.
now, but like
Yeah.
now is where it's war.
I always like it. I think that if I was on the team, not that I'd be like a rude at all. I'm a nice person, but I would have definitely not. I mean, if I said, "Yeah, I'll never U-turn you," and if I came down, I would frickin' U-turn whoever I wanted.
Amen.
Yeah.
I would use
That's
that.
how the race.
And
all about it.
I would lie. I would just do whatever I needed to
Yep.
get that, stay in the race.
Now, if anyone's watching and you get on, they're going to be like, we already know what Jess is saying. We know her strategy.
Villain, right here.
Watch out. So
better watch
they've
out.
done the crab and they've done the double U-turn and they've done the massages. Now they have to go in the lion's den. James, right?
Yeah, the Malayan monuments throughout Singapore.
And this is where it gets cutthroat.
Yes.
Because as
I
we
love
know,
this part.
there are several lions around the whole city. Not even just like in walking distance to each other. So you have to be in a
Drive.
taxi cab and you have to drive around this very crowded, very busy city looking for a clue, which is only at one of these monuments.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
Mount Faber.
And since the scientists are with the wrestlers close and close, they're kind of racing with each other or near each other because they're seeing each other at the different lion's head. And this is where it gets so good.
Oh, I love this part.
So-
My wrestlers, I'm so proud of
they're-
you. I love you guys. I love
Whoa! See, a whole new side. Well, the wrestlers that you love just made some major enemies because, wow.
you. But they're still in the game.
So if you didn't have a chance to watch the episode, what happened was the wrestlers found the clue first. They grabbed it, and as they were running out, they see the scientists pull up in their cab, and the scientist trying to save time just quickly out the window. Is the clue there? And the wrestlers said, nope, keep driving. And they did, James.
I know. I mean, bless their hearts, but you should know at this point in the race not to trust anybody.
I
You're
know.
that close to the finale. There's just no point.
Yeah.
Race your own race. Forget about the relationships that you formed. I don't know. Do you guys think it was a good lie to tell? Do you think it was worth it?
That's hard to say.
That is.
Like in
You
this
guys are just too
situation,
nice.
I don't know. In this situation, I think Brooke and Rob, like that's just what they would do.
Yeah.
We were close with Brooke on the race. Like
Yeah.
Brooke and Rob,
Yeah.
we were probably closest with them team wise. So I could see them doing that.
But let's say this then. Let's say that Brooke and Rob, you saw them as you ran out, right? And let's say, whether they're telling the truth or not, they said, the clue's not here, keep going.
Would you
still,
believe them?
You still go in there.
Would you guys, loving them and you're close with Brooke, would you have still gone and looked for
Oh,
the clue?
actually-
Or would you have just been like, we love them,
No.
let's keep going?
'Cause
For
they
us
helped us.
personally, we would have
They helped us
we would have
once.
skipped it.
Yeah.
Because in our minds or in that moment, you would think that first place is already taken by whoever did the fast forward, which was Kim and Ali in their mind. So you're just running for second or third. Like who cares?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're running the race together. We're going to go to the next monument.
Yeah.
So
So
I don't
you would
know.
have probably not gotten double checked.
The only reason why I thought Brooke and Rod did it was because they thought there's a chance that they can get first. Other than that, what's the point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I didn't see the point.
Yeah.
It's like the Afghan
Yeah.
dolls just telling lies for no reason.
Well, I just can't wait until the next episode when the scientists have a chance to tell the other teams what happened and just see all the distrust start happening
Yeah.
between the racers. It's going to be
Drama.
good. It's going to be so drama. So, of course, I'm in.
Well, do you think there might be any drama with the fact that Amy and Maya did use the U-turn, but on a team that was not discussed? Do you think anyone will talk about it coming up into the next episode?
I don't think so.
Me either, because they thought the surfers were behind them. And to get the
Yeah.
surfers out would have been like, hallelujah.
Yeah. Well, they dodged a
Yeah.
bullet because,
Offense.
I think if Adam and Bethany had seen that.
I only feel bad for Amy and Maya because everyone agreed that they were going to do a U-turn. If they were
Right.
the first ones to get to the U-turn, they were going to do it. And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, no one did it but them. And it made them look kind of like bitches.
Yeah, I think there's going to be tons of drama between.
They did. They looked
Yeah.
a little bit. They looked a little bad.
Yeah, I think there's going to be lots of drama between the wrestlers and the scientists because not only did they not agree to U-turn, but they also lied.
Yeah.
So
Let's really quick. Allie asked, were you surprised that the wrestlers didn't U-turn the cyclists?
I mean, I think that they knew that they were already ahead.
Well, they thought they were.
They thought they were already
Yeah.
ahead, so they were like, "Why do that?" But I don't know.
But I'm surprised, yes, Allie, because they have been running the race with so much emotion, Brooke and Robbie, that sometimes they do things emotionally, even if it doesn't make sense. I'm surprised that Brooke, who kind of created this whole thing, lets
Yeah.
you turn them just out of, we're going to do it to do it. I'm surprised she didn't do it.
Yeah.
I thought they should have just, because it's the second U-turn you don't have anymore. It's
Right,
not going to
so
be
why
another one.
not?
Why not just
Why not just in case?
do the dentist, do whoever. Just do whoever's on the box.
Yeah, just go.
Just to say that you
just so that
U-turn
you
someone.
turn someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your picture could be up,
I'm
you know?
with
Yeah.
you. But of course, thanks to the fast forward, Adam and Bethany got to avoid all of this. They didn't have to do the lines, have to do anything, and they got first place and a trip to Bali.
Yeah, nice.
That's on my bucket list.
Let's go.
Allie.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with
just
them.
go with that.
Eat, pray, love, let's go.
Surprise! We're
Eat, pray, love it
coming.
up.
Yeah. Because of the lies too, Brooke and Robbie. Getting some points for you, Jess.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Finally. Gosh.
Let's dive into some predictions.
Wait, Misty and Jim third,
right.
Scientist fourth. Hey, just because your team now, come on, let's get to Adam, Bethany, Brooke and Robbie. Misty and Jim in third, Scientist. Woo woo! My new girls are in fourth. Devastated, Kim and Allie.
Oh.
Because of that fast
Justin, tell
forward.
us how you feel. Should we have a moment of silence?
We need to have a moment of silence
For Kim and Allie.
for 3 seconds.
Get ready, go.
Go. Oh, so you ruined it! Jess! Anyway, Kim and Allie, you know what? I give you props for running the race full force. And you took risks, and that's what you have to do on the Amazing Race, $20 million. I'm sorry it did not work out. They were an incredible team, and they would
were.
have been in the top three.
They were.
And hands down.
We, for never, like, not even a second, thought they weren't going to be in the top three. Like, we
Yeah.
knew that. We were shocked.
Yeah.
Absolutely shocked. I cannot believe how it worked out. It was just bad luck, and that happens. And they will be missed. There we go.
They will be missed. Hopefully we can get
Since
them
the
in
very
here.
beginning, did you guys think the scientists would make it this far?
No.
No one did.
We were always like, oh, at least we're being, you know what I mean? At least
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. It's just like.
I think even the producers probably the
like,
whole race
what
were
in the
like, oh, you guys are
world?
still here? Oh.
And I love how you guys called them Candy Girls.
I don't know how that happened.
I don't know how that happened.
I think
Yeah.
Sweet Scientist is just too long to say.
is way
There's too
too
many
long.
S's.
Candy Girls.
Sweet sign. Yeah, Candy Girls.
Well done.
I like it. I like it.
All right, predictions?
Yes, let's do predictions.
Justin, you start.
Yes, Jazz.
And now,
really happened.
your AfterBuzz TV.
Predictions.
Oh, that was so cute. It really happened.
So if you guys are just listening to your cars right now, what they're talking about is the lights flicker a lot on our
like we're in
AfterBuzz
a
show. If you
haunted
watch
house.
it online, it looks like a haunted house. So when they saw these lights, you guys thought we made it up. Oh no,
we love it.
Happens.
We like
all right.
use our phones and like use
Yeah.
the like flashlight app.
Flashlight app just going. No, we are high tech here at AfterBuzz TV. My predictions is once again Misty and Jim. I think they're gonna get first, and it drives me absolutely crazy
Give me
to
some
say
points.
that. Yep. My scientists though, they have a lot of energy. They have momentum. They're gonna get second, and leaving us is going to be Brooke and Robbie.
Okay.
Done.
I think who's going to be. I think that surfers are going to stay in first. I think scientists are going to go home. And yeah, that's what I think. What about you, James?
I think Jim and Misty will get first. I think they're probably going to be frustrated because they haven't had first and probably
they're gunning for it. They're gunning for it. Yep.
Hungry. I'm definitely going to say Brooke and Robbie, or it could potentially. Hold on, what's this Friday? 1, 2. There's only 3 episodes left. It could be a non-elimination, actually.
Oh.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, I'm gonna because there's only 4 teams left.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say non-elimination because the finale's not in 2 weeks.
Let's just say it's not.
Non-elimination. I'm gonna say it's Brooke and Robbie.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we agree.
Yeah.
Aww.
And James is always right.
I love
So
my
James is
team.
always right. So I'm feeling pretty proud of myself right now.
No.
Or it'd
You
be
guys are gonna
surprising to
proven
see
wrong.
Amy and Maya thinking, oh, finally they're going to get eliminated, and then they'd have to go on to the next leg with the speed bump, and then they actually accomplish it and like get into the top 3, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think Amy and Maya, there's just something really shady about their edit this season. I mean, in the best way possible, but I just feel like
How they're not being featured very much.
yeah, and someone actually
An underdog.
commented on our show last week or 2 weeks ago how they have the same sort of story-esque, like the Beekman brothers, or the Beekman boys, I should say. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Who do you guys think?
From the commercial, it looks like everyone struggles in Philippines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't really know what happened because nobody told us anything, but like it looks like they struggle.
Yeah.
We will
With
see.
the ox and everything. I don't know. That
it
looked
looks
intense.
it looks
It
to be a
looks, yeah.
rough
Whenever there's
episode.
animals involved, you
It
know to
looks
stay away
hard.
because they're
Always.
out of your control.
Always.
What was the hardest challenge you guys did?
It was between, for me personally, my roadblock with the sheep and running the pole.
Yeah, this sheep was
Yeah.
hard. Really, really hard. And,
And I
your
think
guys' and your
just-
guys' clothesline. What the hell was that?
Genius.
Was it?
It was
great.
genius.
Oh, that was hard. That was really hard.
It
the
was
sheep
really,
thing.
really hard. Well done.
Well, is that it?
That's it.
We're good. Do you guys have any other final comments? Like, what if you could sum up your experience on The Amazing Race in one word without using the word amazing? What word would you use?
Good question.
Stressful.
Wow.
Mind blowing.
But would you do it again?
Absolutely.
Yes.
In a heartbeat.
Please ask us back.
Stressful and mind blowing. Bring him back. We would love to see that. We are cheering you guys on to be brought back for as many episodes as you possibly can be.
Yes.
You're the new
We were
Rachel.
so
you're the
close.
new. You're the new Brenchel. All right, bring you guys onto every
Hold
reality
on.
show.
The Brunchel Army might.
What's that?
No one compares to Brunchel. I'm just
saying-
waiting for those two.
I'm just saying that CBS obviously likes them very much,
Yeah.
as many people do. They're on lots of different CBS shows,
Yes.
and it'd be great if you guys could
Call
be
me
like
for
them.
Survivor. Call me
And
for whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Oh my God,
saying.
yeah.
CBS
Wouldn't you want to
likes
see me on an island?
Yeah, that would be funny. That would be good.
Always good to see you guys.
Well, Tim and TJ, where
Thanks
can
for
everyone
having us.
find you on? Well, tell us about your YouTube channel really fast.
Oh yeah.
What are you
since
guys
the-
doing now that the race is over?
Since the race, we decided to just, share our little lives together, being a flight attendant and a drag queen, and being a 5 years, and just different lifestyles, but working together.
And our 2 kids.
So, and our 2 dogs. So you
Yeah.
can check out our YouTube channel.
And so, where's the YouTube channel at? On YouTube.
YouTube.com/Tim and
TJ, of course.
TEJAY.
Yeah.
Great.
What a good
I
plot
love
line right
that.
there. You got your flight attendant, the drag queen, the 2 dogs, been together for 5 years.
And Amazing
YouTube,
Race.
And
Tim,
Amazing
and
Race.
TJ, right? Oh, perfect.
I'm obsessed. So where can they find you on social media?
I am actually MS Tia, WANNA, Tijuana on all social media.
Perfect.
All of it.
You should probably only find me on Instagram at Love the Sao. My last name TSAO.
Perfect.
Cool.
Nice.
Justin and Jessica.
And you can find me on all social media outlets as well at Justin J. Nichols.
And you can find me at DressJessXO.
And you can find me on Twitter at James Wallington and on Instagram at Mr. James Wally. And hopefully next week we'll have an update on our fantasy points. I'm going to go
Yes.
back and get them. And
I think I'm winning.
leave your comments below and let us know your predictions. And don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Until next week, have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye. See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.